You can picture me holding the menu in my hand, looking at you with my eyes wide open and my mouth wide open as well, and thinking like this. There's a thinking bar on top of my head. Hi there. Thank you for submitting your essay for assessment at IELTS Juice. I did enjoy reading your essay a lot. Let's go through all the elements and the assessment, and let's see where or which areas we can improve. And the rubric first says, it's important for people to take risks, both in their professional lives and their personal lives. So let me understand the topic here. The topic says it's important for people, it doesn't limit us to any ethnicity, location, geographical location, any gender, anything. It's just people. It's important for people to take risks. So we're talking about risk-taking people, audacious, bold. They just march forward no matter what. Then we say that these people take risks, and it's important to take risks. It is important. IELTS is telling us that this is a key element. In what areas? Both in their professional lives when they take risks and in their personal lives when they take risks. And here is the IELTS question. It says, do you, and let me use both of my hands, do you, not anybody else, you, think the advantages, plural, of taking risks outweigh the disadvantages? Do you think yes or no? In this essay, I would like to hear if you believe advantages are more or disadvantages are more. Let's read the first body paragraph. The first paragraph is an introduction. People who are highly ambitious, we're limiting ourselves. IELTS didn't limit ourselves. IELTS didn't want, it said people. We are saying people who are highly ambitious. So for those who are not ambitious, we're not going to talk about them. Maybe we need a sentence just to say we're talking about risks for the people who are audacious. And the people who are not audacious, it's not important for them to take any risks. Or, I mean, that doesn't apply. This doesn't apply to them. But the reason why we are limiting ourselves, to me, is questionable. So people who are highly ambitious take risks to achieve their personal as well as professional goals. That's fact. Although it's a complex connector, complex sentence connector is used for complex structures, and you don't need commas when you have although as literally the word that connects both sides. Although it is quite challenging to maintain both sides in our life. Usually it is in our lives, but and why it's in our we are saying people who are highly ambitious. We are highly ambitious. Fair enough. From my standpoint, taking risks can outbalance the cons that come alongside the pros. It outbalances the cons that come alongside the pros. It has this feeling that you are in favor of pros, but you created such a complex sentence and message for a very simple question here, like, do you think, it feels like we're at a restaurant and I say, would you like a hamburger or a pizza? And you respond by saying, from my standpoint, eating pizzas can outbalance the cons that come with eating hamburgers. You can picture me holding the menu in my hand, looking at you with my eyes wide open and my mouth wide open as well, and thinking like this. There's a thinking bar on top of my head. When we switched the cafe or restaurant we were in with a lecture room at a reputable university, who teleported us? What just happened? I was expecting a yes, no, or just simply a hamburger or a pizza response, and I received something that might outbalance the pros and cons of eating hamburgers and pizzas. So it's a little complicated for a very simple sentence. I'm going to continue. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I also have a small issue with this one. Really maintaining a personal and professional life or balance in our lives is the opposite of taking risks, because we're using although functions like however, like but functions. It's not grammatically, not vocabulary wise, but as a function, as a meaning. I'm not sure. Let's look at the first body paragraph. On the ladder of a professional job, an individual feels his instincts to move ahead for a handsome salary and lucrative position. Okay, we're focusing on the professional life of the people who are risk takers. Okay. Such people work tirelessly, putting everything on the line to get their manager's attention for promotion. Good, these are employees. That's a very good focus or focal point. However, for obvious reasons, industrious people, in turn, may be impacted by health issues if they are not taking good care of themselves. Working tirelessly is in the opposite of taking care of your health. That's why you said, however. And then we have this, for obvious reasons. What obvious reasons? I don't know what you're talking about. You can use this English phrase when you know your audience, you know your audience's experience, you know your own experience, you know what you all have been through, and in a spoken English, in the context that you know you are in, with the audience that you know have been through this layer of certain experience in their lives, you say for obvious reasons. Do you know who is going to read your essay at IELTS? Do you know him or her? Do you know where he or she is from? And for taking care of themselves, how do you know? Maybe something just to clarify. I'm not judging. I'm just saying these claims are left by just saying and just leaving. We just say, yes, yeah, that's for those reasons, you don't say it, you just, and they have to take care of their health. Yes, and their health is in opposite of what they're working very hard for. Okay, you understand. That's not our job. We can make these claims, but we need to put them all in one example and say, look, this is one example. Look, here are some data. Look, this is another sentence in detail explaining what I mean. Moreover, with a scarcity of time, they may be unavailable to spend quality time with their partner, leading their relationship to run thin. We were talking about professional job. All of a sudden we're in the personal. Okay, maybe we want to create a balance. If that is a balance, then we may need a better topic sentence that we have professional and personal, aspects of an individual like this. So with a scarcity of time, they may be unavailable to spend quality time with their partner, leading their relationship to run thin. Oh, but we move back to professionally motivated. Again, we move back to professional life. Professionally motivated people want to see themselves flourish irrespective of their relationships with people outside of their work. Yeah, it is still personal. In the long run, such people will be able to achieve their dream. The message is not clear. I am the reader, and I can understand the elements here, but I cannot fully understand what the message is. And I'm still trying to deal with these difficult elements. I mean, it's for me, it's following the narrative is very difficult. On the other hand, there are some people whose priorities are nothing but personal. So this paragraph is about personal lives. Their goals in life are personal satisfaction and a strong family connection. Sounds good. For instance, this is a healthy sequence of sentences. One sentence to claim, one sentence to explain and one sentence for an example. For instance, they devote enough time to their partner and raising children to build a strong relationship. Honestly, really, is this an example? Why don't we say they devote their Sundays to taking their family out on a picnic so that they stay in connection with their loved ones as they grow and they have fun. They feel satisfied seeing their partner's growth and children acquiring life skills. Such kind of people tend to learn towards the growth of the family rather than their own professional growth. I don't like this mix. Personal enters professional, comes back to personal. Professional goes into personal, comes back to professional. We need to be clear. There are two clear, IELTS gives us clear avenues, both in their professional lives and personal lives. Both. And we should see them here, but not in a soup of professional and personal. All right, such kind of people tend to learn towards the growth of the family rather than their own professional growth. By other means, nonetheless, such people may work on elevating their personal growth, such as attending a live coaching event. Finally, some examples. A sports session, maybe we should have said some name of sports, and doing exercise. Good. Over time, such people form unbreakable bonds. Very good. With their family members and with society at large. Very good structure, very good collocations. Collocations are the strongest suit in this, like to see themselves flourish. It's a good one. For obvious reason, it's a very good combination, by the way, not here, generally speaking. Acquiring life skills, good. I'm happy reading them. In conclusion, risk-taking in professional lives brings success and preferment. Okay, not a very common English word. As long as it appears on a dictionary without the label Old English, it's acceptable at IELTS. Whereas it brings strong familial relationships and social bonding in personal lives. Therefore, it can be said that it is imperative to balance both professional and personal lives. Was that the question? Was that the answer to the question? Did the reader at the end understood the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? We talked about advantages in plural form. Did we finally get that there are more advantages than disadvantages? Or we just say it's generally is important that we maintain this balance? Really? I don't think that's very confusing. I seriously would have enjoyed reading something that tells me whether the advantages are more or not. And then you just basically support that. Trust me, you can secure your 7 just by saying, yes, I believe advantages are more. Here are 2 reasons. Paragraph 1, reason 1, paragraph 2, reason 2, done. I'm happy. I, as a reader, will be happy as well. 312 words. Let's look at the man descriptors. Okay. Okay, let me start by saying that I really like the structures. They're healthy. Basically, I didn't see many errors. They're very rare punctuation mistakes. And the structures are used, I mean, they're varied and they're used in many cases accurately. It doesn't interfere with my message and with my understanding and the messages I received. Could they convey better messages? Yes, absolutely. I didn't see that. Grammar to convey a strong message, that's a skill. I didn't see that, so stays a 7. Vocabulary, this one blew me away. Like this collocations was skillfully used. Forget the message. The collocations, the words that go together, the structures, love them. I really love them. But there were some errors specifically for word formation or word choice. Questionable. The use of although, however, questionable. For obvious reasons, questionable. Didn't mess with the message. It wasn't like, what do they mean? But their use as a word was questionable. As a function was also questionable. The cohesive devices. The connection between sentences, professional, personal, professional, mixed, without proper definition, like, okay, I'm going to start first on professional, then personal. It was just a soup, and there were some sentences related to this and some sentences related to that, that affected paragraphing, that affected coherence and cohesion, and also the organization of the entire essay. And the most damaging one was that, and in the end, I really didn't fully understand which one is better, higher. Do advantages outweigh disadvantages or not? At the beginning, in the introduction, we say, yes, somehow, yeah, it unbalances the cons that come with pros, so it conveys the message that pros are higher. But in the end, in the conclusion, we say, no, it's a challenge to maintain the balance. But at the same time, to just tell you, every point you said was filled with relevant and supported ideas. Not fully, but the elements that we said received proper development. So the development was quite good. The organization wasn't good. The clarity wasn't good. The question was not directly addressed. So the main issue of this essay is that we did not say at the end whether we eat pizza or hamburger. We didn't get this. We just said that, yes, pizzas are very important and hamburgers are also very delicious. You can hold the menu forever in your hands and the waiter or waitress will wait until you make a decision. I want you to understand, it's not for fun. It's for you to understand that clarity is more important at IELTS than anything else, than being clever, than just showing off our vocabulary or knowing that, oh, here is a structure I know for obvious reasons. No. No. Just let's be clear first. Let's address the question and be absolutely clear with our messages. It's been a long video. I hope you had wonderful takeaways. I hope I will be assessing a better version of this later on, although we do improve this on our website. You have access to that. You can click on the link in the description. It will lead you to the improved version of this essay. And I hope I'll be assessing your task 1s and task 2s later on. Take care.